Welcome everybody, and please do me a favor, hit that like button as you enter in, take a seat, grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get ready. Please be advised this stream and discussion is for educational and/or entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research to make and come to your own conclusions. Don't worry, the stream will be starting very soon. The news had broke last night of Sean Diddy Combs arrested in New York after federal indictment. So let's see what the news is saying right now. I doubt they're going to go into any detail right at this moment, because I do believe they're going to be doing a press conference about this very soon. And there are rumors that this was supposed to happen today on a Tuesday, but they decided to do it a day earlier, which tells us that something big must have came across their table, or something that is definite and very, very important, strong for the trial, and will most likely, or actually most definitely, will be used in the trial. Let me bring this up on the screen for you guys. Okay. New York. Sean Diddy Combs was arrested late Monday in New York, where he faces a sealed criminal indictment, prosecutors announced late Monday. Details of the charges weren't immediately announced by prosecutors, but the hip-hop mogul has faced a stream of allegations by women in recent months who accused him of sexual assault. The U.S. Attorney in Manhattan, Damian Williams, said in a statement that federal agents arrested Combs. We expect to move to unseal the indictment in the morning, and we'll have more to say at the time. That's the released statement that made me think, okay, press conference coming very soon. Combs' lawyer, Mark Anchifilo, issued a statement saying, we are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Bullshit. Like, I know you're doing your job, guy, but why did you choose to defend this guy? There is video evidence, proof already out there, which don't only validate and prove what she was saying, but also most likely proves what a lot of other people are saying and have been saying. People are forgetting that all this stuff that's coming out, A lot of other people have come out to say this years ago, like Wendy Williams, but no one wanted to believe it, even though she was threatened, silenced at one point by him and his goons. Some people are thinking this is all just like recent and coming to light. It was a known secret among who needed to know. We'll leave it at that because I'm sure we'll have a lot coming out for all of us to see, hear, and review. He added that Combs had gone to New York last week, in anticipation of the charges being brought. He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal. Combs, we saw the fucking footage, man. You can't deny that. You cannot deny that. And you admitted to it in your stupid so-called obviously not sorry apology video, which was taken down and was a terrible move on your end for two reasons. Because one, obviously it shows that you are guilty as hell. You admitted to it. You just didn't purposely say her name, which is probably because of legal obligations and contract agreements. But you're a criminal, bro. Give it up. You're not brother love. You're puffy. Huffy puffy. So own it. It's about time you just own it, Mr. I'm Bad Boy Entertainment. Bad boy for life. Then you better own up to your fucking name, man, because it's about to get fucking real. Combs was arrested in Manhattan hotel lobby and is in federal custody, said a person familiar with the arrest who spoke with the Associated Press on condition of, possibly getting away with it because they were not authorized to speak publicly. The criminal charges are a major but not unexpected takedown of one of the most prominent producers and most famous names in history of hip hop. The federal investigation of the 58-year-old Combs was revealed when Homeland Security investigations agents served simultaneous search warrants and raided Combs' mansions in Los Angeles and Miami on March 25th, and allegedly his other third home in New York. But there's not a lot out there on that. His defense attorney, Aaron Dreyer, the day after the raids, called them a gross use of military-level force, said the allegations were meritless, and said Combs was innocent and will continue to fight to clear his name. That shit pissed me off when that was going on, because when you're going not just to a celebrity, but someone like Sean Diddy Puffy Combs, who's known to have a history of violence in the past or firearms or whatever, they don't know what they're going to expect. They don't know if his guards are professional, agency hired guards, or are they just his homies who have access to their own or his own or unregistered firearms. We don't know. They don't know. So they had to be prepared for anything and everything. And with his history, and he's Mr. Huffy Puffy, they don't know what to expect from him if he was to be there when they went in. So I don't have a problem with them using military level force, which their main concern was the fact that they showed up in gear, with gear, in an armed vehicle, which was threatening to them and made them uncomfortable. That's their job, man. That's what they're supposed to do. intimidate you. They have the right to in that situation. Yeah, if you're totally innocent and there's nothing to hide and they went in full force and nothing was found, absolutely nothing, then we'd be talking about a different situation and probably reviewing how they handled it. Why did they choose to have the high level force like that? In Diddy's situation, I believe they absolutely had the right to go in with that type of force for multiple reasons. His defense attorney also, you know, was making his rounds in the media and just really trying to make Diddy look like he's so innocent and that we're all going to be feeling like crap when we find out that he's still a good guy. He's brother love now. Nope. Nope. That did not happen. Combs, then known as Puff Daddy, was the center of the East Coast, West Coast hip hop battles of the 1990s as the partner and producer of Notorious B.I.G., who was unalived in 1997. See, so this is what I'm talking about his past history. But like many of those who survived the era, his public image had softened with age into a genteel host of parties in Hollywood and the Hamptons, a fashion-forward businessman, and doting father who spoiled his kids, some of whom lost their mother in 2018, which is a whole nother rabbit hole if you're not aware of it with his ex Kim Porter. It's a lot, man. And a lot of things are showing that he just may be involved. But a different image began emerging in November when his former protege and girlfriend, the R&B singer Cassie, became the first of several people to sue him for sex harming, with stories of a steady stream of sex workers in a non-pharmaceutical fueled setting where some of those involved were what they believe was like coerced or, you know, in a way kind of threatened to do the sex. In her November lawsuit, Cassie alleged years of the harming, including beatings and the RAPE. Her suit also alleged Combs engaged in sex beep beep by requiring her to engage in forced sex acts in multiple jurisdictions and by engaging in harboring and transportation of plaintiff for purposes of sex induced by forced fraud and pretty much threatening them to do it, coercing them. It also said he compelled her to help him traffic male sex workers. Combs would force Cassie to then have those types of relations with them while he filmed. This man is disgusting. Disgusting. Look, what you people do in your personal life, in your sexual life, that's your private business. But whoever you're doing it with, they better be okay with it and on the same page as you. If not, that is a problem and you are disgusting. Moving on. Oh. The suit was settled the following day, which says a lot. But, you know, the after effects of it all would last far longer. Combs lost lingering allies, supporters, and those reserving judgment when CNN in May aired a leaked video of him harming Cassie, harming her and throwing her on the floor in a hotel hallway, which I had a conversation with someone that is in a special agency, which I will not go into detail. Take my word for it or not, but allegedly It was released by the feds themselves in response because Diddy himself was being careless. He was, back out in the public and, you know, just acting like nothing happened. And then his kids. He had his one son release a diss track telling them they went to the wrong house. Pretty much slapping them in the face, making them look stupid, trying to embarrass them, make them look bad. Twist a narrative, but boy, did that backfire. Big time. Did not work. So that tape dropped out of thin air. Just because Diddy paid off the hotel, there's reports of that. We have videos discussing that there was evidence to that. Doesn't mean that it didn't stay on a hard drive. Doesn't mean someone didn't copy and put it somewhere else for a day like this. So, gotta be careful with what you record, what you put out there. And there's cameras everywhere. Does it really pay out to do a terrible thing? No. It'll come and always bite you back in the ass. So, take it or leave it. The following day, in his first real acknowledgement of wrongdoing since the stream of allegations began, Combs posted a social media video apologizing, saying, "I was disgusted when I did it. I'm disgusted now." That's him admitting right there. That's admission. Cassie's lawsuit was followed by at least a half dozen others in ensuing months. I think the most recent was last week. Dawn, who was one of the singers in Danity Kane, that he tended to really push, and I believe he kept somewhat of a relationship after the band had broken up with her. So that was just last week. And there was plenty of others throughout a couple of months already. Another of Combs' accusers was a woman who said the rap producer harmed her 2 decades ago when she was 17. Another woman who filed a lawsuit, April Lamppost, said she was a college student in 1994 when she met Combs in a series of terrifying sexual encounters with him and those around him that lasted for years. Combs and his attorneys denied nearly all of the lawsuit's allegations. While authorities did not publicly say that the lawsuit set off the criminal investigation, Dyer said when the warrants were served that the case was based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. The AP, Associated Press, does not typically name people who say they have been sexually abused unless they come forward publicly, as Cassie and Lamppost did. As the founder of Bad Boys Records, Combs became one of the most influential hip-hop producers and executives of the past 3 decades. Not in my book. I thought most of his shit kind of sucked, to be honest. I mean, I don't even find his own music good. If he was even really producing Biggie shit and really doing the work, then I give him some credit, but I think that most of the work was Biggie himself. Along with Notorious B.I.G., he worked a slew of top-tier artists, including Mary J. Blige, Usher, Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, and 112. And I'm pretty sure if you talk to all of them privately and off the record, you'd be shocked at the shit they would say. But a lot of them are scared to speak out against him. It is what it is, unfortunately. It is unfortunately, but you gotta think about safety. These people have families and stuff, but if the opportunity is right, and if he's like behind bars and there really is something that needs to be brought to light, it is their choice. You just hope it can work out for the right things and for the best. Combs' roles in business beyond music, including lucrative private labels, spirits, and media companies, and the Sean John Foundation, Sean John fashion line, took major hits when the allegations arose. The consequences were even greater when the leaked video emerged. Howard University cut ties with him and returned his key to the city of New York at the request of the mayor. At this point, Diddy, why even try? Why? Everything's out there. And it's almost at this point like the boy who cried wolf. How are you really going to keep trying to put out a narrative that you are a changed man? Yes, the video footage is old, but it validates everything she was saying. She mentioned that situation in her papers. And you and your lawyer were saying it was ludicrous and it was all made up. And these people are coming at you for a payday. Well, Diddy, it's not just you doing these horrible acts that's coming to bite you in the ass. It's also you not paying the debts. Supposedly you making all these pledges, Mr. Amber Heard, and not following up with it. Not owing up to it. Mr. I spend all the big top dollar money with my billionaire friends to throw the billionaires brunch shit. But you'll only throw like $1,000 to like an actual organization that's in need. If you're gonna step up as a celebrity or someone of wealth in certain communities and you want to use it for good and you have the means and the money, $1,000 is a slap in the face. I'm sorry. Look, if I had somebody give me like $1,000 as a special event, like a wedding present, or for some reason, like any holiday, I would be shocked. I would be so overwhelmed. 1,000 could do a lot for some people. But in your situation, $1,000 is absolutely nothing. It's nothing to you. You'd probably laugh at it if someone gave you $1,000 as a gift to you. So when you're being looked as a hero, being looked up to by these communities and organizations, which most are to help like young children in rough neighborhoods, yeah, they're going to probably be expecting a little more than that, don't you think? And that's not them being greedy. That's them just in the hopes that like, wow, he wants to really help and he's a billionaire. Remember, you kept plastering it everywhere that you're a billionaire. Meanwhile, we're finding out a lot of your money belongs to the artist that you never fucking paid. So I can't wait to hear more of what's to come out. Like Kim said on Popcorn Planet last night when the news broke, no one wants to be like, hey, yeah, woo, party, let's go get him. At the same time, we kind of want to be like, let's fucking get him, lock him up. Because he has not taken accountability for shit. Not even in that apologies video. If you watch it, you could see he's not genuine. And he doesn't really break it down to the point of like, if you were really sorry, man, you would be making that very clear. And he was more focused on making himself be in the clear. So take that with whatever way, what you will. Tell me what you think in the comments down below or in the chat. Because there will be a lot coming out. I'm pretty sure of it. They were saying that he, when he was at the hotel lobby and arrested, they searched his hotel room. So that will be interesting. I don't think anything's been released on if they found anything or if they were looking for something, but for them to change the arrest day is interesting because why did they think he was a flight risk? Because remember last time, right after the raids, they caught him going on a plane about to board somewhere, and there was rumors flying around that he was possibly trying to go to Belize because at the time he thought his man was going to be over there helping him out, his dude, his bro. But turns out Shine kind of went in a different direction. He kind of wants to separate himself from that. Plus, bro already did time for your ass, Diddy. Leave him alone. Don't get him involved in this mess. Okay? If he has any shady dealings involved with it, I'm sure it's going to come out in trial. So we shall see with that. But we cannot forget, you guys. So let me pull this up. We cannot forget. This is the court documents for the Southern District of New York. Rodney Jones as the plaintiff versus, and remember, Sean Combs, it's his son. It's all these people that work for him. The record companies, Love Records, Chalice Records, Studio, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, which is huge. They own like everything. And look, straight up Combs Global Enterprises. There's a lot of stuff in this one. So while trial news is coming out, while more's coming out about the arrest, eventually I'll sit down and go through this all over again to be reviewed. Because look how they laid it out. All the players, all the key players. And if you are really interested or you want to prep, please go check out my previous videos, lives, and conversations on Diddy, Diddygate, and all this, because we do go into some detail about some of these people, including Ethiopia here. I had people in the comments telling me that I was wrong, that I was making shit up. No, I was right. She has a history with him, and we're pretty sure there's multiple creators out there that had the same information, that she is the cousin of The Weeknd. And don't forget, Drake, The Weeknd, and Kendrick Lamar all had their thing going on this summer too. So hip hop's got a lot going on. And in my opinion, my speculation, these webs might be all connected in some sort of way. Not necessarily directly, but it just shows some shit hasn't changed, man, behind closed doors of the studios. There's still some beefs that go real deep. And then there's these women who were chief of staff. They knew what the hell was going on. Detail about the record companies, who everybody is. As you can see, it's 73 pages long. Look at all this information. Oh, we're going to have to make sure that that doesn't get showed. There is so much detail. More than people know. But you know what? This goes to trial. This is going to be front page and center, even more so. With more eyes glued to the case and the allegations. Diddy? If you really weren't bothered before, you should be bothered now, because if all goes well in the eyes of how things should be, if all is proven that he did everything that these people have claimed, he should rot in hell. Rot in that jail cell. You made these women and men feel like they were trapped in their own body and had nowhere to turn to, no one to speak to. So it's your turn to be trapped alone with yourself in a cell. for the rest of your life, because these people that you harmed mentally and physically have to live through this for the rest of their lives, dealing with it, having the memory of it, being associated with it. That's unfair to them. You took away life from them. You took away things from them that can never be replaced fully or fully repaired or healed. It's time. It's time for you to pay for your crimes. And I cannot wait to see what comes to light. And with that said, I'm going to switch over here. This was the one from last week, 9/10/24. Dawn Angelique Richard, that was her name, from Danity Kane. And she's got Sean Combs here. And look, everything. And this one is 55 pages long. It already has highlighted a little part here, parties. So I'm sure that's going to be lit. But all of these allegations and all of these sentences are information that we will be going through. Because you guys, it's coming. Trial is coming. We've been waiting for something, not just the arrest, something, some sort of news, but they've been keeping it on the low and they've been working very hard. And they want to make sure this is concrete. And Sean cannot run from it. So we can only hope for the best for the survivors and those that are searching and seeking justice. I'm still speechless. It's about damn time. About damn time. So if you guys see any articles, any updated news, and I might not get to it, feel free to drop it in the comment section so I could check it out and add it into what we're going to review. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to it, filming it or recording it tomorrow or anything like that. Possibly, maybe a little bit at the end of the week, into the weekend. So we have something possibly Friday night or Saturday, because I want to make sure I cover other things as well that's going on. But this is huge, and I know everybody's going to be covering it. So if you are here watching, please give me a like, thumbs up. I appreciate it. It'll not only help with the algorithm getting the video out there, but also spreading the awareness of this situation. And it also, of course, helps me and the channel continue to grow, as I do think we are stuck at the same subscriber number, but we will get there. We will get there. I will continue to have hope and believe all will pan out. I'm going to bring up Tisa tells Diddy's lawyer blames Cassie jealousy for hotel incident for us to review and react to. Okay, there we go.
Y'all, Diddy's lawyer is out here walling out, and all I gotta say is for lawyers like this, who needs enemies? What am I talking about? If you guys don't know, Diddy was denied bail. I did a whole live over there on my channel.
Good.
If you want to see a long form, but let me give you the breakdown, because there are some things that Diddy's lawyer said that I don't know. Diddy's lawyer might be a plant. Do you know that Diddy's lawyer mounted the most insane defense I've ever seen? He said that the hotel video of Diddy and Cassie, and by Diddy and Cassie, I mean Cassie in a fetal position and Diddy going crazy, he said that was consensual. He then tried to make us feel sorry for Diddy as a man that was cheated on by his harlot girlfriend, who left him for the trainer, got married, had 2 kids, but then sat around and said, wait a second, I had a better deal with Diddy. Y'all,
What?
Diddy's lawyer is unhinged. He literally sat there in a court of law while he was begging and pleading for Diddy to get bail. He sat there and blamed Cassie for the abuse Diddy inflicted on her, saying it was consensual and saying they were both cheating on each other. Consensual? He then...
Whoa. How is he gonna, I don't even know how they're trying to go with that narrative. You know there's times when there's women or men in this situation where they pretend or, they have to pretend that they are consensual per se with the situation, because in fear, they can't get out of it. They know they can't get out of it. And if they go against the tide, they know the repercussions might be life-threatening. So come on, man. Oh, God.
It said that the reason why that whole hotel altercation video happened is because she found out Diddy had another girlfriend. Like I said, Cassie's song was called Official Girl, not your only girl. You mean to tell us that multiple girlfriend for his entire life, Diddy? Y'all, we got to get into this. But at the end of the day, baby, what do you say to something like this? Y'all, again, listen, he said, and I quote, these 2 people were in love. Cassie ended up marrying the trainer that Diddy got for her. Are you fat? Are you that not on planet Earth that you're bringing up Diddy's hurt feelings about being cheated on by a victim? He is on tape.
Another thing is, there is another story out there that the trainer they're talking about, who she is now married to and has children with, he had witnessed something and he was the only one to do something. He was the only one to say something and do something. So I could see, her really fall in love with him naturally, because no one's protected her like that before, especially against Diddy. And Diddy, man, I'm glad it didn't happen the way I'm about to say, but I'm sure he's thought about it. But I'm so glad he didn't try to really go out there and, I don't know how he would have, but really tried to destroy her. So it makes you realize how much more brave and strong she really is. And her husband, thank God, has been such a great support team for her to stand by her during this, because this is really scary stuff, man. He's gotten away, Diddy has gotten away with so much shit over the years. So much. It goes into so many different little avenues, and I mean, it's not just Tupac and Biggie. There's also his, the mother of his children, Kim Porter, her passing. He had J-Lo in trouble and now in the midst of some controversy and shit. But it stems even further back to, like, if you look into other record companies and labels that he's had, there's a lot of people that turned up unalived. There's even that story from Lil Rod where someone in the studio was shot and then disappeared. So, and even his son Quincy, his real father, claims Diddy was the one that almost unalived him. So, all our love to Cassie, man. Put the hearts up in the chat and in the comments down below. Cassie deserves all the recognition and justice possible.
He checks notes. Beating and SA. You want us to feel bad that Diddy, but first of all, cares if Cassie was cheating on Diddy? I'm glad she got out by any means necessary. Second of all, there's no proof that she was actually cheating on him. And even if we were, Mr. Agnophilia.
Yeah, she was probably terrified, too scared to even try to cheat. She was probably so scared to even text someone and open up to tell them, like, I need help escaping out of this situation. Which makes me think about Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. If you guys have never looked into that, definitely look into it. I believe a lot of you know who Aaron is, with all the Scientology stuff on his channel. I think it's Growing Up Scientology. He did a little deep dive into that with Katie Holmes. She got out of it. And I think it worked out because I think one of her parents is a lawyer of some sort. So they were able to work something out. But that's why you don't see her talking, man. She's never come out to talk about Tom Cruise or the situation with her child and Tom. Definitely go into that rabbit hole. We might have to do a video on that.
Have you not watched what came down the pipeline? Did you not see what everybody else was looking at? Because I'm very, very confused. These two, they have been cheating on each. Let's roll it back. These were two people in love. Diddy's bail was denied. The judge said that she has serious issues about his temper and also his drug use because they found a whole bag of that pink stuff by his bed, pretty much confirming everything that Little Rod said in his complaint. I know Little Rod doing a happy dance right now, right? You're bringing up Diddy's hurt feelings. She ended up marrying the trainer that Diddy got for her. They had been cheating on each other for years, but now she had 2 kids with the trainer, and years later, she realized she had a good thing with Diddy. Pause. Because here's the thing, we read Cassie's complaint. We saw that horrific, brutal beatdown in the hallway. I don't mean to laugh, I'm laughing at this, that Diddy's lawyer seems to be probably related to Olga, Tasha K's lawyer. I'm beginning to think that Diddy's lawyer was sent by the powers that be to make sure that mofo stay in jail. But also, she got her hair ripped out. She was brutally beaten while she was trying to be hidden by the toilet. She was beaten so bad that when the chief of security saw her, he broke down in tears because of what happened to her. She was hidden in Dubai in island locations while her whole face healed. That little shaved part she had, allegedly she said that was Diddy ripping her hair out. Are you serious? These were 2 people in love. Listen, Diddy's lawyer actually did him absolutely no
That ain't love.
Because again, what type of defense is this to someone charged with running a criminal sex trafficking enterprise? This is what he said. He claims during the incident with Cassie in the hotel, Cassie had caught him cheating and hit him in the head and stole his clothes. 2 people were, this is what he said in front of the judge when he was begging for bail.
No way. No way. You could see she grabbed a hoodie, she pulled it over her head. She did not want to be seen or recognized. She did not want anybody of his team to see her leaving that hotel. And with the fact that she didn't have much with her, tells you she just wanted to get the fuck out of there in a hurry. And most of us suspected it, but there was, it was speculation, and it still is, but in the documents, apparently in the indictment, it makes it seem like she definitely, no, I think it was actually stated 100%. I think it's legit. She was leaving a freak off, an FO. And that's what he was getting them hotels for, and that hotel is no longer in business, but at the time, that was the place that he had them in his pocket, man. So I'm even surprised that someone had a copy or had saved or made multiples of that security tape before it was a hard drive given over to his team. because he paid money. He paid them to stay quiet. Man. These flashbacks of everything we've learned over the year are smacking back real hard, and that just tells me this trial is going to be a tough one. And I mean that in the way that emotionally, a lot of people that are going to tune into it, it's gonna sting, man. It's gonna burn. It's gonna hurt. And I feel for Cassie and all of the survivors and all the family to the people that are no longer around and have possibly been unalived in relation, in order, or even in direction by Sean Combs. I've never liked this man. I mean, no matter what name he was under, I did not like him. I didn't like his music. He had some great artists, and I liked their music. But his own, no, not my type, not my style, not my vibe, not my flow. But if you look at everything surrounding him, even how he's all about making his title bad boy, everything's bad boy. Puff Daddy, I get puffy when I'm mad. It's all in relation to an ego. And yeah, he might seem like he does everything wonderful for his children. And he probably truly does love his children. But that even makes you think about how he split personality. He's like this with them. But you know, also it's kind of disgusting that now that his children are getting a little older, the girls, he's got them in fashion, which they always wanted even when their mother Kim was around. And it's nice that he continued to let them go in that direction and guide them and get them where they are. But he, in a way, my opinion, my speculation, the way he's having them be showcased, it's almost like he's sexualizing them. His own daughters. And then we found out that now that his boys are older, he's like pretty much gifting them FOs on these yachts with yacht girls. God, it's unreal. So unreal. So with hearing that he's being held with no bail, that I smile at. Yes. That's what he deserves. He's trapped these people in their bodies, in their own minds for so long. Now it's time for him to be stuck in a cell with his own mind, his own voice. Alone. Completely alone. He wants to say that he's a changed man, like in that apology that he had. You've never owned up to any of this shit. Any of it. And you've never had to deal with the consequences of your actions. So it's time. It's your time. And it's not your time to shine. It's your time to pay the price.
John, two people were in a hotel room. An issue that Mr. Combs had with more than one girlfriend, okay? Cassie was looking through his phone and saw that, then hit him in the head with the cell phone and took his clothing. That's why he ran out in a towel, not the fact that he was googly-eyed, looking like he thought he was starring in a real-life version of Where the Wild Things Were. So we saw Diddy, and not even that, let's take away the laughter. What he did to Cassie in that hallway was unfathomable. Unfathomable. This is crazy. It's crazy. You guys, also on top of that, the judge also denied bail because she asked the U.S. attorney, well, do you think that there's a chance that he's going to commit all these crimes if it's going to be consenting adults? And he said, Your Honor, we have the video, basically implying that people were either not consenting, either were not adults, or either were both.
Oh my God. That's huge. If that's true, that is huge. Remember, we were saying they want this bulletproof, they want concrete evidence. And if there's videos that were like not edited, because this started way before people could even get, editing equipment to do this shit. Like now everybody can do it. Anyone can try and learn and produce and make content, but most likely it's like the R. Kelly situation. There's probably so much footage and it's just stored away, and when it is touched to be edited, it's probably just cut it up. But there's always an original, an unedited version, because someone like Diddy, excuse my language, but a sick fuck like Diddy would probably like the full unedited, so he can hear how he's in full control. Because obviously what we've learned is his behaviors that he exhibits are all that he loves full control. That video that everybody has seen that's gone viral, where he's in an office freaking out with his Von Dutch on, and he's just like throwing papers like, I'm savage, I'm a savage, I get what I want. I get what I want, or whatever the fuck it was. He loves that feel of just rage and control, and to have people in fear of him is what he loves. He's all about being a king and everything. Think about everything that he does, things that he titles, the type of music he puts out. It's all for an image. All on purpose. Remember when he was going crazy being dressed up as the Joker and he got in trouble, and even Warner Brothers were like in Universal or whatever trying to go after him and said, you cannot portray in public this character because of the way you're acting. We don't want to be associated with that. He's got a problem. He's got a deep-rooted problem, deep within himself. And man, everybody for years let him get away with it. Everybody praised him. Oh, Diddy's white parties are here, let's go. It's the best time of the year. All the celebrities are there. All these rumors, all these things that are being said have always been around, but no one wanted to dare touch it and go into it and expose it. And the past couple of years, I swear, ever since 2020 and the pandemic, everybody was more about diving into old videos and stuff than things to watch. The past 2 years has been all about exposés. Good. It's about time this shit comes out and these people get in trouble for all the terrible things they've done. But going back to Diddy, it's strictly, man, he loves that power. So him most likely having unedited videos probably shows the men and women that aren't with it how drugged up they are, how incoherent they are. And most definitely not in this right state of mind to make any decisions. Or we could even see also just as much of wrong. Forcing, absolutely just forcing it, physically, mentally, verbally. And even, how do I even explain it? Even, unfortunately, being, in the middle, half in and out consciousness, and them possibly even verbally saying, I don't want to do this, or no, and then going to the other side of just enforcing it. A sick-minded person that enjoys that as pleasure, as their kink, like him, most definitely has that all on camera and loves to watch that fully. So if they do have those tapes or hard drives, whatever it's on, that evidence should be able to hold him accountable in jail for the max. I'm telling you, if things are to go right how they should and play by the rules, and there's no corruption in his favor, then we might just see him behind bars for a very, very, very long time. And in my opinion, I think that's what he deserves.
They're saying that Diddy is smoked out, looked out, Coca-Cola out, it's whatever. Listen, Diddy's lawyer also begged and said that, he said, is it that sex trafficking, if everyone wants to be there? He's saying that all that stuff with all the victims and everybody he paid, it was all consensual. No, we don't want the federal government in our bedroom. The kidnapping, we spoke to the victim, she didn't use that word to us. One day it may be heard, Diddy employs a security company. And that's why he has 3 choppers in 2 houses, because the security that he hires has machine guns.
And that's what I said earlier, and what I've said in other past videos. I think they had no choice but to go in with military force, because they didn't know for sure how bad, how legal, how illegal he runs his security for his home and his children, his family. And for someone who's been getting away with so much for so long, he must have some moments of with the amount of non-prescribed you-know-whats that he takes and does, he's gotta have moments of anxiety and just being terribly freaked out. I'm trying to think of the word, why is it not coming to me? Paranoid, that's the word, paranoid. He's probably so paranoid at times that he needed to amp up his security to be so beefy, ridiculously beefy. Possibility of illegal weapons? For sure, and I'm glad they got evidence and proof of that too.
Broken apart and hidden in his closet with serial numbers sawed off, okay? They even tried to bring up Diddy's dead father. He said, somehow this hotel footage found its way out. He said that Cassie looked through his phone, it's her fault, they were in love. She has her lawyer call his lawyer and say she's written a book. But if you want to buy the rights, you'll have the rights for $30 million. We have, a recorded conversation. It did not go well for her and her lawyer November 23rd, so she sues. It's not illegal to say, I have this book, and I'll give you the rights for 30 minutes. Okay, you taped it, and they're also saying that when he contacts witnesses, it's not to stop the criminal investigation. It's to not be seen that, one. Why is it depicted as a one-sided thing? There's 30 million reasons, $1 a piece. She said, I'm gonna write a book, you can buy the rights. Again, this is crazy. They said, my client hasn't done a darn thing. We've interviewed at least 6 of these males. We asked did it seem non-consensual, anyone too drunk or too high, they all said no. Listen,
Where is Jonathan Oddie? We need a Jonathan Oddie bombshell right now. I have the footage and video of him in the police interview and how it links to Diddy and how he pretty much exposed all of this shit like years ago. So definitely check that out. But he needs to come out and speak. I don't know if they're going to even have him included in trial somehow. They should. Because he clearly has been helping the feds close up all this stuff to get Diddy to where he is right now. Because I'm pretty sure he is in witness protection, because every time you look up the dockets for everything that he's supposed to go to court for, he's still not, like, according to what the updates are, he's still not even, like, tried for, like, pulling a fire alarm and having a gun and going into the Trump building and that whole mess. Like, that shit should have been taken care of by now. And it's not. It just, all his docket stuff just says, like, rescheduled or new location. It's ridiculous. So he's definitely in witness protection, which, if that is true, good. I hope they take care of him and make sure he has safety, as he's been spilling the tea and spilling the beans all about Diddy and all these people that are connected to Diddy. And he went into all the details of the harming that he's done to people, the prescriptions that's going on, all the beep beep going on. So hopefully they got enough information from him to help build this case.
At the end of the day got to end. If you guys don't know, of course, Diddy's lawyers, it did not work. But I really wanted to bring this up. If you want to go into that whole, because I read an actual live tweet stream about eyewitness accounts, word for word, of what was happening in court. It was actually really, really interesting. They said Diddy looked shook. They said it looked an absolute mess. But more importantly, right, you literally blamed his alleged sex trafficking person for the abuse because she was jealous and he was cheating on her. And you're literally saying the hotel fight was consensual, and Cassie literally regretted leaving Diddy and thought she had a good thing going with Diddy and wanted to go back for more because she regretted her 2 children and her handsome husband that stands by her side with everything. Y'all, listen, with friends like this, who needs enemies? But I will say, congratulations to Diddy's lawyer. They did what we've all been begging to happen, and they did it a record time. They got that mofo locked up. Diddy's bail, if you don't know, was denied. He will be gone till November, December, January. He will not get out of jail if he loses the trial. And baby, the feds have a 98.7% conviction rate. It looks like it will. Listen, also, you guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you've been coming back for a while. I do want to let you know that a couple of people that should be very happy about this, namely Little Rod. If you guys don't know,
yes,
Little Rod did an interview with me where he spoke about so many things that were happening in the lawsuit and so many things he saw. It's funny that a lot of stuff he said he saw and spoke about were included in the federal complaint. You have to see that interview. I'll put a link there. Go ahead and support. But yeah, did he do it? Yes, he did. Is he getting out of jail? Ain't no way. Anyway, y'all.
I love this girl. She is right on the money always. Oh, it's going. That ball is rolling. This is good news. It's a lot coming out, and it's a lot to take in and a lot to remind us, because the horrific things we've learned are just absolutely heartbreaking. But this is all in the name and for the fight for justice for these people. So let's do this, y'all. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. How should they handle this? Do you think they should physically have Cassie take a stand? Out of respect, should they just have her write a statement? Should they combine all these people that are in lawsuits with him to be witnesses? Because this is not just like the one hotel incident. This is gonna be this is a trial of his life. Literally. Everything throughout his career has some sus shit in it. And lots of random unalivings surrounding it. So, we'll see.